Yo, what's happening, man? What's happening? Welcome back. Welcome back. We are here in the building. Y'all pull up. I appreciate all y'all pulling up on me, man. Shout out to everybody that checked me out in Baltimore this past weekend. You could see that set. Um, you could see that set on what the hell? Oh yeah, you can see that set on YouTube. Y'all go to YouTube, check that out. We also at 85,000 subscribers on YouTube. And my job as a comedian is to build this shit brick by brick and not beg. You know, we niggas be begging and shit. A lot of you niggas is begging, like you on your knees, you're begging. Quit the fucking begging and do the work, okay? Stop all that goddamn begging, bro. You ain't gonna win from that shit. Can't no nigga put you on but you. So remember that. Look to your neighbor and say, can't no nigga put me on but me. But it's been good, man. It's my tea. I'm drinking this turmeric tea that my mama sent me. Really, really good. I got the W on there for Walker. And and this Sunday, I'm gonna be at the Helium Comedy Club, January 11th. Right there, if you click, I don't know how y'all scan that, but that QR code will take you right to that link to get those tickets. We are at a low ticket alert. Low ticket alert. Let me say that for the people in the back again. There is a low ticket alert in Philly at the Helium. And that's during the game, man. So shout out to everybody been pulling up on me, man. I appreciate all the people, all my people that rock with me, because y'all are all that matters. Fuck the industry. Fuck all that dick holding and trying to get up under a nigga. It's just me to my people, man. So a cheers and a toast to all of you who allow me to live in my truth and do what I do. Now, we got a few things we're going to cover today. I'm going to just name all the topics we're going to go over today. So Diddy, it looked like he might be free. He just got accepted into the First Step Act. There was a woman in Minneapolis who was deleted by ICE. Dr. Oz is supporting alcohol. This whole Rich Paul thing on LeBron, and Donnie Mcclurkin. We're going to discuss Donnie Mcclurkin. So the first thing we're going to go over today is it looking like Diddy might possibly get an early release because he is a first time offender, and as well as the First Step Act. So let's just look at that. Let's cover that and see what they're talking about and see what's going to happen with that. Okay. 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 It's a recidivism act. I'm going to share this screen with y'all. We can read this together. I should play my jazz in the background. I should start doing that again. So Sean Diddy Combs is eligible for sentence reductions under the First Step Act due to his participation in federal prison programs like substance abuse treatment, which allow inmates to earn time off their sentences, potentially shortening his 2028 release date by participating in recidivism reduction programs, a key component of the FSA. The act aims to reduce recidivism by assessing prisoner needs and placing them in productive activities and programs, potentially leading to earlier release for good behavior, as Diddy lawyers are highlighting in his appeal. So the recidivism reduction programs, FSA mandates the Bureau of Prisons to assess inmates and place them in programs to reduce risk of reoffending. And I don't even, you know, they putting him through all this shit, but once again, the jury found him like literally not guilty, and he was charged with 2 counts of a Mann Act violation, which I guess what? I guess he's not going to drive prostitutes or recruit men to bang his woman, I'm guessing. But anyway, time credits. By completing these evidence based programs, federal prisoners can earn time credits that can be applied to their sentence, potentially leading to earlier release. Diddy's situations, legal teams emphasize the participation in these programs to seek an expedited appeals hearing, hoping to benefit from potential sentence reductions. So let's take a look at this. And yeah, according to multiple sources, a former billionaire who spoke to me to take out Diddy has officially been approved for federal government's First Step Act, a prison reform initiative that allows eligible to earn significant time off their sentences through good behavior. And if everything continues on track, we're told the music mogul could be out on work release as early as this summer. Right now, his official release date is May 2028. That's what the paperwork says, but in reality, that date is not set in stone. First Step Act passed in 2018 was designed to reduce recidivism by rewarding inmates who complete approved rehabilitation programs under law. Federal prisoners can earn 10 to 15 days off time credit for every 30 days of participation. And what are called evidence-based recidivism reduction programs and productive activities. Over time, those credits can add up fast, sometimes shaving 12 to 18 months off more of a sentence. Sources tell us that Diddy successfully completed the Bureau of Prisons initial risk and needs assessment known as the pattern evaluation, which determines whether an inmate is eligible to participate in credit earning programs. Based on assessment, BOP officials recommended to be placed in specific structured programs designed to address identified needs and qualify him for time credits. In other words, he passed the gate. Once an inmate is approved, participation in these programs allow them to accumulate credits that can be applied toward earlier placement, supervised release, home confinement, work release, rather than serving the full sentence in prison. We're told that Diddy is currently enrolled in approved activities and maintaining the opt-in status required to continue earning credits. Refusing programs or failing to comply can pause or eliminate eligibility, but sources say Diddy has remained compliant. Mm-hmm. And because of the credit he can earn, it's looking like he could transition to a work release, a community placement program as early as this summer. That will mean he is no longer fully incarcerated inside a federal facility, but instead work and live under strict supervision. It looked like he'd work his way to a halfway house. In short, freedom is suddenly on the horizon. horizon this development comes out months of speculation about how much time Diddy would really serve when he was sentenced. Many assume he remained locked up until 2028, but the first step there is quality reshape the system, especially for inmates who qualify and participate consistently. Of course, none of these charges are serious. None of this changes the seriousness of the case that landed him in prison in the first place. Diddy's fall from billionaire music mogul to federal inmate was one of the most stunning collapses in entertainment history, and public opinion remains sharply divided. Still, legally speaking, the clock is now moving much faster than anyone expected. Sources close to the situation tell me to take other Diddy is focused, compliant, and determined to get through this process. One inside, to put it bluntly, he knows the only way out soon is to follow the rules to the letter, and that's exactly what he's doing. There has been no official statement yet from Bureau of Prisons or Diddy's legal team confirming the projected summer timeline, but multiple confirmations indicate the first step to act approval is real and already in effect, which means that while the world is still processing the downfall of one of hip hop's most powerful figures, the system is already setting the stage for his return to the outside world. From a May 2028 release date to possibly walking free under supervision in just a few months, if this holds, it will be one of the most dramatic turnarounds in recent celebrity legal history. And if when he comes out, um, I believe he'll return to prominence. Say what you want. A lot of people have been divided on this case, and a lot of people see, and I know people will probably unfollow me and all this shit because I'm talking the truth. And I'm not saying he's not a bad guy. He's a bad guy, right? But when he comes back out, a lot of people have looked at this case as him being like literally over sentenced. If you look at the actual federal guidelines and what he's actually in jail for, and how no man has been held to the Mann Act literally since Jack Johnson in the 1920s, which goes shout out to Dave Chappelle for that bit. It is special. The Mann Act was passed to like really just hold super niggas down. So he'll be out soon. The man is really in jail for 5 years for being freaky. And but I'm sure this helped save his life because the drugs and all that stuff he's doing, it probably helped him to pump the brake and see clear. That I pray that when he returns to society, that man, he just focus on his family. I don't know if he got any grandkids on the way, but just focus on the family, being with the family, and I'm sure he knows that nobody's his friend. As an entertainment, there are no friends in this business. All that shit y'all see when niggas is together, a bunch of entertainers on a trip, taking pictures and what that shit is fake as fuck. It's all fake. It's all fake. Niggas pass the term brother around very loosely in this business. Only to the first slight of trouble, they're gonna run, they're gonna disappear, they're gonna act like they don't know who the fuck you were. And it'll be funny for Diddy to rise back to prominence, and all those guys are like literally kissing his ass, which I believe is gonna happen. So, he'll figure it out. So shout out to him. So let's just keep it moving. Um, Let me take this off screen. So the woman I saw with the ice incident, did y'all see that? And look, shout out to everybody on here: Deborah Whitfield, DJ Johnson, 51 Five Way. If y'all can help her with food, she just put up her cash. Is that a guy? The little dude with it? He just put up his cash app. I don't have no money, so if y'all can help him, go right ahead. I'm gonna flash that for you across the screen. Mario Loco 683, and shout out to everybody over there on Instagram. Now let's take a look at what's going on with this ice situation, because I saw that. I can't. One thing I can't do is pull. I got to be careful pulling up my Twitter on here. Mm-hmm. I'm about to look up that ice situation right now. Oh, yeah, yeah. I want to see that. What happened here? Latest. I'm looking for the videos now, guys, and I can react to those. Let me just type in ice. Mm. Oh Lord, that is terrible. I want to just listen to the take on it with the news. Uh, oh Lord. Oh Lord. I gotta hold on. I gotta take this off of here. This is bad. Y'all don't hear that, do you? Do y'all hear that? I can't. This is a little too graphic, probably for me to show. But what I want to do is, dang, Lord have mercy. What I want to do is find like the news that maybe had reported on it. Let's see, where did y'all go? I done messed up my screen. Let's see here. Let me go back in the stream yard. Where did y'all go? I don't want to enter the studio twice because then I'm gonna get dog. I done messed this up. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Mm, I don't know where y'all went. Mm, where did y'all go? Where is everybody? No. Oh, my bad. Sorry, y'all. All right. Let me go back. I'm gonna pull this up. I gotta pull up the news clip because that is just too graphic for me to show what happened. I just want to get so right now people in Minneapolis are protesting this incident. This is very, very sad.
In Minneapolis, but all over the
Can y'all hear
country
that?
in an effort to obstruct lawful federal law enforcement activities. This is not an isolated
Can y'all
incident.
hear him
We have had
talking?
hundreds of car rammings against.
Can y'all hear the news talking? Let me know if y'all can hear the news talking. You can hear it? Okay, cool. So let me rewind this real quick. Let's see.
What strikes me is, first of all, it's extremely sad and unfortunate that someone died. I mean, the political fighting and disagreements aside, it's terrible. You don't want people to die in law enforcement situations or otherwise. But it strikes me that we are undergoing an epidemic of political vigilantism right now. Why are people showing up in vehicles, in convoys, not just in Minneapolis, but all over the country in an effort to obstruct lawful federal law enforcement activities? This is not an isolated incident. We have had hundreds of car rammings against ICE agents all over the country. According to DHS, this lady in this car today, along with other vehicles, had been tracking ICE agents around. Why are people believing that they can drive their car into a federal law enforcement situation and that is an appropriate thing to do? I understand they don't like the fact that these agents are enforcing existing immigration law, but that's not how we change laws in this country. If you don't like a law, you talk to the politicians. You don't drive your car into the middle of a building or a law enforcement situation that's being occupied by the people who are simply there to enforce the law. If I don't like how much the IRS is charging me in taxes, I don't drive my car into the Treasury Department, try to run somebody over. I call my congressman. Political vigilantism is being encouraged by Democratic officials like the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, Peggy Flanagan, who earlier this year told people to, quote, put your bodies on the line, and Tim Walz calling these guys Gestapo all year. What do you think happens when you radicalize a base of people about this?
I'm gonna say this. This is a rather very sad and unfortunate circumstance. I, you know, this was a young lady who I guess I don't know why she just didn't comply. And I'm gonna say the same thing that I tell black people: just comply, comply or die. And in this particular situation, which is very, very unfortunate, I guess she thought they wouldn't pop her based off of her color or something. You know, that's what I would guess. But it's very unfortunate. I did watch her like move the vehicle. I saw the ICE agent just get to shooting because in that second, well, I'm gonna say this. It was a little bit because I did see her like trying to drive away, but he just started shooting, right? But in that second, this was totally avoidable. And then, as far as the ICE agent is concerned, everybody got to put themselves in that situation. Like if you out there working as a cop, as an ICE agent, or one of these people, and I'm not making an excuse for using deadly force. However, these decisions are being made within fractions of a second. So it was two agents out there. The agent trying to tell her, get out the car, whatever, stop. She starts driving the car. The one agent sees her driving the car towards him. He begins to shoot. Well, he pulls his gun, shoots one time. Then she turns the car. Now, with her turning the vehicle, which appears to us that she was leaving, does the agent know? Could she be turning to put it in reverse or whatever to use that vehicle as a weapon? In this particular case, it's very unfortunate, but I'm gonna have to say, man, she kind of brought this on herself, and that's just what it is. It's unfortunate. I don't know what to tell you. In these cases, I mean, even when these things happen to us, like as black people, I tell brothers and sisters, man, just comply, man. You get pulled over something, just comply, do what the people tell you, so you can go home and live another day. It's just not worth it. I don't know if she's making a political stance. I don't know what, she was doing, but it's just rather unfortunate. And it looks like she was trying to maybe stand up or something, but that's not the time nor the place to do that when you're in action. So it's unfortunate, but it's this happens, man. Uh things have consequences. I mean, it's three agents around you. You said none of your business is three agents. It's what it is. They trying to secure the perimeter. It's just what it is, unfortunately. And as a black man, I've been dealing with this shit a long time with officers. I typically comply. I've never had a problem. I think I had a problem one time with a cop where I was just straight racially profiled. Yeah, maybe one. It might have happened twice. I think it happened. I was driving from Louisiana to Atlanta, and it happened to me when I was younger. I was a young pharmacist. No, I don't get. I got pulled over in my life. I'm 48. I've probably been pulled over maybe 5 times in my life. But one time when I was young, this like 2000, I want to say this about 2003. I was a young pharmacist. I'm like 25, living in Atlanta. I bought me a Escalade, you know what I'm saying? And at 25, I looked probably 18 or 17. So I had my Escalade, and this was the white tee era. I had me a really fresh white tee with some crispy white Air Force Ones with them dark denim polo jeans. I don't know if y'all remember those. And I had my Escalade, and I'm driving on full industrial black Escalade. And I was pulling in the subway, and the cop pulled in behind me and turned his lights on. It was some shit out of a movie. And he gets out of the car. He's like, "Do you have drugs in the car or guns, whatever?" I'm like, "No." I'm gonna ask you one more time, because I was in the hood part of town. I was like literally, like Fulton Industrial was really fucked up at this time. They had them hotels right there on the corner of Fulton Industrial and 20. And this is where all the prostitutes would be, the pimps, just crack dealers, everybody. And you see this guy that probably would look to be a very, very young kid in this big old expensive truck. He pulls me over. I get out of the car, and there are people going in and out of the subway, and there was also a hotel, like this hotel, I guess, where the prostitutes and just vagrants and people was living in this hotel. So when I got out the car, I saw people looking, and I literally just put on a show, right? So in the show that I put on, because he was a white cop, I acted like a slave in front of everybody. I mean, it was fucking crazy. I was like, "Please, boss, please don't hurt me." Like I literally acted out like I was a slave, like he didn't know what the fuck to do. And the people, all the people just standing there, because this is like that was '02. So these cell phones hadn't had all these cameras and shit. And I'm calling them massa and shit. And I got on my knee. I say, "Boss, man, boss, please don't hurt me, boss." Man, that motherfucker got in that goddamn car and left. You know what I'm saying? And the people looking, I got his badge number and shit. I did file a complaint. I filed a report. I called one of my customers, well, because I was a pharmacy manager, and one of my customers, he was like a sheriff for Fulton County. So I got with him. I got a complaint. I did a lot, and then I never forget. After that happened, it was a guy that ran that hotel. He looked like a pimp or something. He was like a gay pimp. This nigga had long fingernails and shit with a perm like James Brown and shit. And this nigga was super black, like he looked like Miles Davis. And he bought me and listen, just chill, just calm down, just chill, and then we gonna see if we can get all this together. He had the long nails and shit, and I'm sitting there. You don't worry about nothing. I got you. And after a while, I'm like, yo, man, I ain't gay or no shit. This shit ain't about to go how you think, partner. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was a little upset and I made a lot of calls and we got that officer dealt with. You know what I mean? We got his ass dealt with. So it was cool, but it was like demoralizing because I'm like, bro, I know I got this big ass. I had a Chicago Cubs blue fitted hat on, oversized white tee with them dark denim polo jeans in that big black Escalade. And nigga, I had my doctorate degree. I'm a pharmacist. He was like, yeah, right. You pharmacist, all right. I bet. I was like, no, sir, I'm really a pharmacist, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a part of the community. But yeah, but in every situation, I would just tell people, man, please just comply. Don't lose your life fucking with these people. A lot of these officers are under a lot of stress, and I'm not trying to get them an excuse, but they under great stress, they under great pressure. They got all this equipment and shit on, the gun, the bulletproof vest. You just comply. Just comply. That's what I would say. Like I say, this is unfortunate, but hey, it's what it is. And I'm gonna tell y'all something too, because y'all know this happen to us all the time. Y'all see, because she a white woman. I mean, it's going around, but since she a white woman, it's not as big of a deal if that would have been a black man in that particular situation. So it's interesting, man. What are you talking about? It's unfortunate, bro. What do you do? El Mino, you go ahead and speak. I'm gonna leave this to El Mino. Please tell me what do you do? Okay. If the officers tell you to pull over, or the officers out there, they trying to do their job based off the laws of the land. Bro, comply. You cannot jump in your vehicle. Your vehicle can be looked at as you are using a weapon. If you're driving towards one of them officers doing some shit, you could lose your life. So all I'm trying to do is help people. So you say what it mean is what it is. The life is lost. You say we lost as fuck, but no, the life has been lost due to just nothing. So very, very unfortunate, man. Very, very unfortunate. I'm gonna take that down and we gonna move along. And two, y'all, while y'all watching me, get them tickets, man. We almost sold out. We almost about sold out in Philly. So whatever we got left, because I don't want nobody to miss out. You know what I mean? Whatever we got left, please get those tickets. And we gonna keep rocking out. Let me see. Listen, I get what you're saying. It doesn't. Everything you are saying is right, Kenneth Caldwell. But based on the point of view of those officers, they might not have seen it like that in that millisecond of a fraction. So uh, it's unfortunate. And you said she backed up, turned her wheel to avoid him, but I believe there were three officers around this vehicle, from what I'm being told. So they don't know if she gonna back up and hit him, the other one, or whoever. So it's just unfortunate. Okay. And this has nothing to do politically. I'm just telling you. So y'all don't come over here getting all political and shit. Just if you are pulled over by law enforcement, it is in your best interest to comply. Point blank, period. I'm not saying, I'm not justifying anyone losing their life, but for your safety, and for you to control the situation, it is best to comply. Okay. Like you like see you being divisive. A lot of mag sports think that ice shooting that woman is funny. That case, the liberals. Yeah, I mean, I'm on either side. I think if you want to make fun of this, Charlie Kirk or whoever, do your thing, because we live in America and it's free speech. Well, look, all I would have wished was that woman just would have complied or just not done nothing and could have gone back home to her family. That is my greatest wish. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So I don't really know what y'all want me to say. Should we go to riot? Are they going to burn down Minnesota? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So, dang. Oh my goodness. I keep messing this up. I keep messing this up, bro. Yeah, so I really don't know. Do I think he's turning? He could possibly be turning this into a dictatorship. It seemed like it because he making some real questionable moves. He doing a lot of shit without he doing a lot of stuff without Congress approval, congressional approval. He doing what he do. I really don't know what to say, man. I think both parties are not necessarily benefiting the people to a large extent on both sides. So I really don't know. It's quite sad though, man. Quite sad. I want to look up something real quick. I want to show y'all. This is interesting.
Secretary Kennedy or Dr. Oz, could you explain the science behind the new language on not saying 2 drinks for men and 1 drink for a woman every day would be healthy, and whether or not the industry had an impact on the language?
Now, before I play this video, I'm gonna let y'all know something. So, the alcohol industry has been taking a hit because the young folks aren't drinking. So, the alcohol industry lost about $8 billion. You know what I'm saying? So let's listen to what Dr. Oz has to say about drinking.
One of the changes that was made had to do with alcohol. Secretary Kennedy or Dr. Oz, could you explain the science behind the new language on not saying 2 drinks for men and 1 drink for a woman every day would be healthy, and whether or not the industry had an impact on the language of moderation versus just saying alcohol is not healthy and you shouldn't drink it?
So alcohol is a social lubricant that brings people together. In the best case scenario, I don't think you should drink alcohol, but it does allow people an excuse to bond and socialize. And there's probably nothing healthier than having a good time with friends in a safe way. If you look at the blue zones, for example, around the world, where people live the longest, alcohol is sometimes part of their diet. Again, small amounts taken very judiciously and usually in a celebratory fashion. So there is alcohol on these dietary guidelines, but the implication is don't have it for breakfast. Right? This should be something done in a small amount with hopefully some kind of an event that might have alcohol added. Uh, but the general move away from 2 glasses of men, 1 glass of women, there was never really good data to support that quantity of alcohol consumption. That data was probably primarily confused with broader data about social connectiveness.
It just sounds like to me, he should have just. This seems like an ad for the liquor companies. I mean, he should have pulled out like a bottle of Tito's and had a drink while he was saying that, or he could have said, "Yo, this message is sponsored by Tito's and Crown Royal." Um, it's obvious the alcohol industry is losing because the kids aren't drinking. They're not drinking. Maybe these kids are more health conscious. I like to take me a sip every now and again. And also too, alcohol is poison at the end of the day. So you poisoning your body, you putting a lot of chemicals in your liver, you shocking your system. It's not really good. It's really not good. So, but I just find it ironic that with the alcohol industry hurting like that, he would say this. And this is for dietary guidelines for Americans. So he has literally put alcohol as a part of dietary guidelines for America as being a social lubricant. At this point in America, we might as well just legalize cocaine and make the tax revenue from it. Literally, like, what are we doing? What's going on here? Because it's just no different. So that was quite interesting. And we're going to move along. Now, I believe that Rich Paul had did something on why Jordan sneakers sell. Did somebody send me something? Hold on. Oh. Oh, hold on, y'all. Yo, shout out to Ari the poet. Man, my brother, you came in with it. That boy came in and dropped the bag on me, man. You came in and dropped $100 on your boy, man. We in here fellowshipping, man. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that, man. And man, I hate you missed it too. But I do have one of the shows, and I'm gonna put the other ones up. But I put up one of my good shows that is on my YouTube page right now on LeVar Walker TV. So yeah, bro. I come to Baltimore every year, and Baltimore always shows love. So once again, thank you for the super chat. And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, man. Y'all just don't know how that really like energizes me to keep going. Because sometimes things do get rough, money gets low and shit. And I look at my lab coat like, am I doing the right thing? And when y'all show up like that and just bless me, it really like, bro, you got to keep going. I believe that's a way of God talking to me through you, bro. So thank you for that, man. For real. Thank you, bro. Straight up. I'm gonna keep this thing moving. I saw where Rich Paul has been going on this he's been going on somewhat of a media campaign for LeBron and just trying to somehow explain how LeBron is better than Jordan. And I get it, Rich Paul. Like, I understand you, that's your man's. I understand the unyielding loyalty you have to LeBron. I understand, LeBron bought you from selling a jersey to being the super agent that you are to finding Clutch Sports. But bro, come on, man. Just say you on the payroll. But I guess, and then look, stick to your script because you don't need to lose no money and relationships for other people. But what Rich Paul is saying is absolute cap. And I'm like, dude, you're tripping, bro. Like Rich Paul is just capping. I don't know if I can use this Joe and Jada podcast. Hey, to get a ticket to that Helium show, you in Philly? Are you in Philly? You can get that ticket right here, man. Literally, if you can take a screenshot of me right now and then just, or if you got your phone and you watching it, you probably watching this on your phone. Or go to Healing, go to LeVarWalker.me and you can buy the ticket there. Yeah, you can get the ticket at www.levarwalker.me. Yeah, you can get it right there. Get that ticket at LeVarWalker.me. Or somehow, I'm guessing you can screenshot this and you can get that ticket through this through that QR code that I got up top on the screen. So I don't know if I could play this. I want to play this thing with Rich Paul because he been going in. Let me see. Oh, I got it. We gonna watch this. We watching this together. Let's watch this together.
We have
y'all.
Brand Jordan or Michael Jordan at this time. Michael Jordan had two really, really, really great partners. One in Nike, of many, but these are two.
Let me
Learner? Or did you understand what I was saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, fine. So for the visual learners, we have Brand Jordan or Michael Jordan at this time. Michael Jordan had two really, really, really great partners. One in Nike, of many, but these are two I chose. And the other one in Gatorade.
Okay.
Now, from a marketing perspective, they told two of the greatest stories. Nike, Air.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I can fly. If you put these shoes on, they had people jumping off garages.
Rich, I had a pair of Jordans, like the Jordan 3s. You never saw someone with less hops than especially me at 13 or whatever, getting this high off the ground with my tongue out of my mouth.
Did you feel like you can fly?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, I did.
From a Gatorade perspective, it was the fuel to win. And it was Gatorade that created the lullaby, like Mike, if I could be like Mike. Exactly, right?
Had the whole world trying to be like Mike.
So what's the importance in those two things? Not only is it the product of hydration, the product of footwear, etc., it's also the media spin that they to really push these campaigns. They're pushing it. And at a time where we didn't have social media, people didn't have computers in their house in abundance, there wasn't much. You had sports, and he was at the forefront of it, right? Then you have the NBA. Like All Eyes on Me, All Eyes on Mike. It was clear. It was him, and it was everybody else.
Yeah.
There was no ifs, ands, or buts about that, right? That's the other thing. This is one that it's a little touchy.
Timing a crack epidemic? What does that mean?
Yes, because the timing, not just the crack epidemic, but also hip hop. When you think about the first influencers were guys like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What shoes did he wear?
This is getting back to what you said, and you used me as an example because I was sitting in front of you. You said it's not that Michael Jordan did this; it's that the influencer who had the BMW or whatever you said, like Max with the fly girl and the BMW. So you're saying
what I was saying was the hustler was the influencer in the neighborhood, especially in the black community.
In the neighborhood, the crack epidemic wound up concentrating wealth in a few people who could floss in front of the neighborhood.
Because these people had basically not even careers or high-paying jobs. They just had hustles.
I just cannot believe that Rich Paul is sitting up here tying the success of Jordan brand, of Jordan sneakers to crack. This is insane. This ain't even real. I guess he's trying to explain like why Jordans have been selling and why they've been so popular versus the LeBrons. Like, this is crazy, dog. This boy be working overtime. He play position well. One thing about Rich Paul, he plays position.
So now when you bring forth the crack epidemic, it created a revenue stream amongst a group of consumers that, number one, would have never had that dollar to spend, and they damn sure wouldn't have had it to spend.
You saying is facts, bro, but here's the thing, dog. You have to give credit to the greatness of Michael Jordan. You got to give credit to that. It all came down from his level of greatness, man. This man bust in the league. His dunks were amazing. The way he moved with the ball, it was a work of art. The way he flew through the air. I haven't seen anybody with as graceful dunks as Mike, man. The leg movement, just everything. A guy like Michael Jordan comes along every 1,000 years, bro. That's just what it is. That's what it is.
Been excessively. So and you're
saying because crack was more accessible, cheaper, etc., it had a different effect than, say,
no, I'm
heroin.
saying that,
bro, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, dog. I'm from Chicago too, bro. I got my first pair of Jordans in 5th grade, which were the Jordan 2s. I got the first pair of Jordans, bro. And let me tell you something, man. When we were watching Mike glide through the sky, in Chicago when I was growing up, I used to get goosebumps because on the expressway downtown, they had a billboard of Mike Jordan. He was in the Jumpman pose. Like in this park with the gold chains on, bro. It was bigger. Look, I get it. Everybody wanted the sneakers. First of all, it had to be a demand for the sneakers, for the dope dealer to want the sneakers. So he had an outrageous demand for these sneakers. And they was the first to get them and flex with them. But don't get it twisted. It all goes back to his greatness, man. It all comes from that. All this falls down from his dominance on the court and from him being the GOAT, bro. Don't get it twisted. It's not that simple. You know what I'm saying?
Which, because it's not like the drug trade wasn't always there.
But that was a different time. In the 70s, people wore shoes and suits and pants.
Not jeans and sneakers.
In the late 80s and 90s, people wore sneakers. So now when I'm talking about the timing of it, not just the actual being able to the excessiveness from a dollar, right? Because you're creating this dollar. But at the same time, it's also the thing of choice, the actual thing of choice.
Because the idea of like social media influencer,
yes,
is like what you're saying is pre-social media influencer. There were still social influencers. There just wasn't any social media.
And then when you talk about what they call product seeding or product placement, what they did extremely well was every guy who was somebody on a show, they placed the product. So you couldn't see it on Instagram. So where'd you see it?
TV.
Oh, I saw in this episode of The Fresh Prince or this episode of Mark.
Yeah, but the thing is, what he failed to realize, they was placing hella products, bro. The Jordan sneaker was desired by many. It wasn't just them placing it, it was already desired. Everybody wanted to be like Mike, man. Everybody.
And then you heard it in the music. Oh, and then on my way to school, I not only saw, because many people wasn't seeing the games. The Bulls played on WGN, by the
Right.
way. And it wasn't like
I
you
could
had all
watch the
these.
Bulls if it was nationally televised or if they played the Knicks. That was it. Yeah.
Because your local feed.
Yeah.
Right. But I did get to see, in my case, my Uncle Lance or Bernard Sawyer, just different people that in my neighborhood that had. So now I'm influenced by that, and I love Michael Jordan. So now I want, not only because Mike is wearing them, but I also want them because these guys are wearing them too. And when you created that, that's how he created the greatest athlete brand ever, because Michael Jordan didn't share the market. He controlled the market. There's a difference between the two. Most athletes have a market share.
Yeah, he controlled the market because he was dominant, Rich. Everything attributes to his greatness. Like, you can't manufacture that. You can't. That can't be. If everything that Rich Paul is saying is true, then they would have been able to do the exact same thing for LeBron, bro. You can't manufacture how the people feel or what makes people feel a certain way. That can't be manufactured. It can't be. So, I don't know.
He controlled the market. So much so, when people had children, they bought, my little cousin came home in the booties.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
This
Jordans.
has been things for generations. And what happens is the I-95.
Yeah, because we desire Jordans. But I could tell you this. Oh, I got to be careful. I don't want to show y'all my. Let me take this all, lose my page. I put this Twitter pop up. But I could tell you this. Jordan has dominated for 30 years. But I'm going to tell y'all something when it comes to Jordans, who deserves a lot of credit for really bringing Jordan back. Who do y'all think that is? I'm going to tell y'all who brought Jordan back. I'm going to tell y'all, when you saw a surge in Jordans and Jordan brand, and they owe this guy a lot of money. Who do y'all think I'm talking about? Exactly. See, Kanye West, man. Kanye bought Jordan brand back. Nike owed Kanye so much bread, bro. Nike owed Kanye so much bread. Because understand, them Jordans came back, them retros came back on the backs of Don C and Kanye, who were actually ordering old ass Jordans from people off of eBay and taping them shits up, trying to put them hoes back together. And we saw Jordan, we saw Kanye in them shits and Don C. I'll never forget that picture. Matter of fact, this is the picture. And I was like, ooh, this is really when it went crazy. Like, I'm gonna show y'all that. This is the picture we saw. Let me show y'all. I'm trying to see. I don't know what year that was. I want to see the year of that picture. Matter of fact, Kanye was in them retro Kanye. Man, it was the picture that bought. It's the one picture I want to show y'all that bought back the retros. Because in 97, see, I went to college in 95, 95, 96, 97. We really wasn't thinking about the retros. We didn't start thinking about them joints until, bro, it was early 2000s when we saw Kanye and Don C in them joints. And then them joints started going crazy. Nike fired up the machines and started making them joints, and you saw lines. Because, and this is one of the pics here. I'm gonna show y'all this. This is one of them pics when Kanye had them Jordan. He had on them Aqua 8s. And bro, hip hop definitely brought back Jordan with a surges, because then the sneaker culture really hit. Because now Generation X, my generation, we are the culture of sneakerheads, because we were the culture of kids whose mamas was like, no, I'm not paying no $100 for no gym shoes. So we got of age and could afford to buy us some of these sneakers. We lost our damn mind. That's what happened. The new mics, bro, I only wear the Tinker Hatfield Jordans, bro. The newer mics, I don't mess with. Like, they not cold. Them newer mics is ugly. Michael Jordan been printing all this money off retros, bro. Matter of fact, I think this is the picture. This, damn, where did that picture go? Look at that. Look at that. Y'all see that? That picture right there. Because that's when he was putting out that pastel line. Yep. Kanye Air Jordan Aqua 8. Let me see. Yep, this is the pic. Dang. That pic right there. This pic right here is what bought back Jordans. Literally. That pic right there. People losing their mind. And that boy was fly, man. That boy Kanye was killing their ass on that gear, dog. All the Tinker Hatfield Jordans are what's pushing Nike. All the retros. But they gonna have a problem because I don't know. My son, and it's just, I only got one child, but he not really into sneakers. He don't really care. Are y'all kids like that where they don't really care about sneakers? Or is it just my son? Matter of fact, I need me a pair of them Aqua 8s. Them joints hard. Them joints is hard. Well, that boy was dressing. Look at that. Just fly. That boy was dressing. Everybody was dressing like Kanye. Everything he wore turned to gold at one time. Yeah. Everything Kanye wore turned to gold at one time, bro. He got the LV bag with the, ooh, that boy was fly, man. He was fly. They was all fly, man. Kanye, Virgil Abloh, Don C, all of them boys was, whoo, they was killing it. Okay. We're going to move on, guys. Let's get on to this Donnie McClurkin. Y'all enjoying this so far? I hope so. Let me see. Let's see what we got. Donnie McClurkin. So y'all know Donnie McClurkin is, right? Yeah, my son don't care about no sneakers, bro. Man, I done bought him all, I done bought him sneakers, man. He don't be caring. Like, nah, dad, I just wear these more comfortable. That's what he can tell me. It ain't about, it's no fly at all. Nothing. Like he just want to be comfortable, dad. I'll just throw these on. Don't care. So Grammy-winning gospel singer Donnie McClurkin accused of sexually abusing former assistant in a lawsuit. So a man filed a lawsuit on Friday, January 2nd in New York County Supreme Court against Donnie McClurkin, claiming that the singing pastor sexually abused him for several years. In the complaint obtained by people, the man claimed that he worked as a personal assistant for McClurkin, and that the singer molested him at Pray the Gay Away sessions. So Donnie McClurkin molested the man at the Pray the Gay Away. The Pray, let's think about that. The Pray the Gay Away sessions, and assaulted him several times in the years after. McClurkin's attorney, Greg Lisa, called the allegations categorically false in a statement. So a lawsuit has been filed against Donnie McClurkin by a man who alleged that the gospel singer assaulted him for years. Giuseppe Corletto claimed a lawsuit filed on Friday, January 2nd in New York County Supreme Court and obtained by people that the singer pastor 66 sexually abused him for several years after their first meeting in 2003. McClurkin's attorney, Greg Lisa, told people in a statement that the claims made in the lawsuit were false. At no time did Pastor McClurkin engage in any form of sexual abuse, sexual coercion of Mr. Corletto. The attorney said the claims set forth in the lawsuit grossly mischaracterized their intentions, which occurred over a decade and some accusations over 2 decades ago. All these accusations are contradicted by the real facts. So pastor denies allegation and he's going to defend himself. Okay. Corletto claimed that he sought out McClurkin in 2003 in his church for guidance after struggling with his sexuality and faith, and alleged that the gospel singer assured him that he would help deliver him from homosexuality. I don't really get that. These churches, a lot of these churches just sit up and they condemn. Look, man, they are gay people. So a lot of these churches condemn these gay people. Your choir director's gay, the men in the band are gay, the pastor's gay, but nobody wants to accept these men as gay. So they end up pushing these men into the closet and they carry out certain devious behavior. Corletto claimed in a complaint that his abuse continued over the next 6 years, including at the church for the pastor preached. He further claimed in the filing that he had spoken to the church staff about the abuse, but no action was taken. Corletto struggled to process these incidents of abuse as both his abuse, as McClurkin was both his mentor and employer, making it difficult for him to speak out about the abuse he had suffered, the lawsuit stated. He also claimed in the filing that he resigned from the church in 2008, despite McClurkin allegedly coercing him to stay by noting that his deliverance and purpose was tied to the gospel. But he said in a complaint that the pastor tracked him down and assaulted him. Corletto further alleges in complaint that after one such alleged assault, McClurkin at a Niagara Falls hotel in 2013, McClurkin wrote him in an email apologizing for his actions, which was included in file in which he described himself as the epitome of a desperate, dirty old man. Corletto further claimed that he became suicidal and depressed following the assault and returned to the church briefly before finally cutting off all contact with McClurkin. So he kept going back to this abuser. Let's look up this guy. What is his name? Corletto. I want to go deeper with this. What I want to say, pause. Giuseppe Corletto. Let me take it. His name is gay. That's a gay name. So this is what really had me scratching my head, right? So the lawsuit claims Corletto was 21 years old and struggling with his sexuality when he met Mcclurkin, known for songs I Call You Faithful and Wait on the Lord. So you were 21, bro. You was in a relationship with this nigga. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. You can't get molested at 21. If you can't get molested as a grown ass man, bro. That's another man that you grown. And not only are you grown, but you keep going back. Man, get the fuck. Come on, bro. You're not a child. You're not a woman. You a man. Come on, man. You can't, that can't happen. And I guess they was trying to pray the gay away by using dick. They were trying to bang the gay away. I guess Donnie Mcclurkin was trying to bang that gay out of him. Oh, I'm going to get it out of you. He must have had both his hands on his shoulders or something while he was trying to get that gay out of him. So this is stupid. I don't know where this goes. Everybody's looking for a payday nowadays. And that's just what it is. We got Archie Moss in here, at Archie Moss 8582, that wants to tell me, what'd you say? You want to tell me a joke? Tell me a joke. Tell me the joke, you know. Let's see how it goes. Tell me the joke, bro. You can tell it to me. Tell me your joke. Give me your joke. Hold on, let me see what he got. All right. What's the difference between a peeping Tom and a pickpocket? What's the difference between a peeping Tom? Somebody that peep. I don't know, Tom. I don't know, Tom. I mean, Archie, what is it? One watches snatches, the other snatches watches. Hilarious. That was a good one. my bad. I was hitting the wrong buttons. I gave you crickets. I wasn't trying to be mean, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good, Archie. That was pretty good. Let me see. I hit him with the wonk, wonk, wonk. Oh, my bad. I was hitting the wrong buttons. I gave you crickets. I wasn't trying to be mean, but that was pretty good. I'm about to get my ass up out of here, y'all. That's gonna end today's session. I'm about to start also to my shout out, man, everybody. David Harvey from the neighborhood. That's my neighborhood right there. Chatham, baby. Chatham, born and raised in Chatham, man. That's me from the soil. Shout out to my brother David Harvey out there, man. Thank you for tuning in. Interesting. Fun fact. Churches have insurance for sexual assault. Why would anyone take their kids to a place that is supposed to be a good place that has sexual assault? But this wasn't a child, William. This nigga was 21 when this happened. So I don't know. I don't know what they're supposed to tell him. He was 21, bro. So, yeah. I already talked about Minneapolis. We went over that earlier, man. You got in here late, big dog. But I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Also, too, I'm going to be setting up my Patreon soon. I'm going to be taking y'all behind the scenes. Y'all come in my room where I do this at and see all this shit behind the scenes and just get to know me a little bit better on the Patreon, man. So thank you guys. Shout out to Ryder Poet again for blessing me with the bread today. That was good. And we about to end this, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. Oh man, where my outro video go? Oh, there it go. All right. And I'm out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.